we can fix this shit. And they're like,
Warning: the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Welcome to Everything Yet Nothin. Here's a hillbilly in eyeshadow who's looking fabulous and talking about anything yet something. Get ready to chew on a blade of sweet grass and talk about a variety of LGBTQ topics to the lifestyle of a gay hillbilly. Watch out, folks. These hills don't just got eyes. They got themselves a vodcast. Now, here's T-Roy.
hey, welcome to Everything Yet Nothing. Guess what tonight is? It is our second part to our trilogy.
Yeah, it's trilogy.
Trilogy. I got it right. We talked about the whole saga thingy, but it takes more and more. So we're gonna talk about that later. But tell nobody, okay? It's a hush and secret.
I could go for a saga of men right
You're not supposed to know anything. Yes, the man back there behind the scenes. Yes, that is my.
Oh, we're not talking about sagas of men.
No, that's another
If
episode.
you want to talk about men this episode, then you're gonna have to come on. Yeah, that's what I thought. Always behind the scenes. I don't want to be seen.
Always have something to say.
So last time we hit on a lot of topics. I know that it was a lot of LGBT rights as of today, sexuality, the do's and the don'ts, and the ups and the downs, and the in and outs, and how hard it is to live in certain spots when you go through these turmoils of just life whenever it comes to certain thing and being there for certain people in certain times that those times shouldn't be there and they shouldn't have to go through those times with people that they want to go through those times with. And I can say a lot on that because of, some things that happened some time ago, and that was within the Branson mayor and aldermen. I'll go ahead and say it. I don't give a shit. Sorry, not sorry. You can look everything up on Facebook. You can also go on YouTube and look up Branson Alderman meetings, and they're public, so you can go on there and you can watch every episode that there is, and you want to watch it because it shows a side of individuals that you would not even fathom having as a side of themselves. Our first meeting, which I will say, has bothered me from day one. And that's, my girls went, my queens went, and they stood up for our show because it's a drag show and it's in Branson, and they made a big to-do about it. And so they really pushed a lot of things that shouldn't have been pushed onto us, that should have been pushed onto predators, which are not us. We are just part of an LGBTQ plus village, if you can say. I mean, it makes a village to have the world go around, and it helps to just get up every day and have your village there, so where you can text in one group and have like everybody in the family or the group that you have going on, get up every morning and say good morning, and then everybody says good morning back. That you need that, especially today in this world, because without it, it's going to be really difficult, really difficult. So last time, Rose, you brought up how hard it was at one of the meetings to, even fathom raising your children
Yeah.
in a place that you've seen a side of that you probably never even fathomed have seen.
No, I did mention that, and I mean, I'm in my early 30s.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
Karen Vanderwalker Wildbrook said, "Hi there, guys."
Hi. But yeah, so like I said, I'm in my early 30s. I'm starting to think about being in that family way and having kids. But
Oh, absolutely.
as of right now, like yeah, we're making some waves, but I don't want to raise children in this community because it's not inclusive, right? There's no real true diversity, and those words mean something very different to me today than they did last week. So as y'all know, I was kind of on a business trip, we'll say, and part of that business trip was learning to be a better leader for work. And one of the things we touched on was being more inclusive, more diverse with like our teams and everything like that. And it kind of opened my eyes to an unfortunate part of myself where I'm like, okay, I may not be as like diverse or inclusive as I want to be, and that was really something hard for me to swallow. But when it's like that non-diversity and non-inclusiveness is around you, like it's kind of hard not to only like cling on, like you said, cling on to those that you consider family because that's what's safe. And so
Hello, Shirley Taylor.
it's
Hi, Shirley.
hello. So it's like it's something I'm trying to learn to be better at for the future, because if I want change, it's got to start with me. So
Absolutely, it does.
and I think that's part of the reason why we're doing these shows, doing these
Right,
podcasts, is
right.
because
It's to
change
make
has
a
got
difference, make a change. And let me
change
tell
has got to
you,
start with us.
change don't come without you behind it. Sure. So you get behind that shit and you change what you want change. And especially if it's for the good and the positive of this world, we need to do more.
People run and hide from things that they don't understand. And you don't understand, ask a question.
Right, and you should always ask a question because there's a lot of people that do not understand, and the only way you're going to learn is to ask those questions, or find the right videos. And I say right videos for a reason, and that is there are so many videos out there towards the LGBT that is just horrific. That's not us. Okay, we're an all loving community of viewers and moms and dads and aunts and uncles and brothers and sisters and sons and daughters. It's everybody. We're still out here. It doesn't matter who you are, how you are. You're still a part of what needs to be there because change is upon us, and I want that change to be a positive change.
Absolutely.
You know.
I kind of had an idea, and we can take it or leave it. But we called last episode trying to be like raw with T-Roy and stuff like that. But we all ended up being kind of raw. I'd like to hear maybe what the viewers have got to say. Like I'd love to open it to questions to us,
Absolutely.
to
You have a
anything
question,
in general.
you bring it in. You know how the deal is. Anything. It does not matter what it is. It's an adult show. We have adult advertising at the very first of it, saying that's an adult show. So put your kids to sleep and watch the video or watch the podcast.
If nothing else, this has got to be safe space.
This is a safe space for everybody. Okay, I don't tolerate hate because I am old enough now to stop that shit from happening, especially with myself. And I changed that some years ago because I had so much hate throughout my life. Jojo, I know that you've been there and you've been through hate of just being different and them not understanding what was behind you being different. I mean, you probably didn't even know at that moment in time what the hell was going on, younger years. Because I know me, my young years, that's when a lot of it started happening, and names started getting thrown towards me that I didn't even understand. I'm like, why are you calling me this for?
Yeah.
And then I got old enough to actually look into it, and I'm like, I'm not what they're trying to say that I am. This is what sounds like who I am.
There's so much hate in the world today that straight, interracial, whatever. When I was younger, I was the fat little redhead. I had a boy haircut. I was a tomboy. So they all call me a boy. Did that change me? No.
Right.
But
it's who you are.
That's the hate that's in the world today.
Yeah.
That our parents, the morals, the respect,
yeah,
the love each other has been totally thrown out the door.
Oh yeah, totally. You know, you can have a child nowadays and not even have to worry about raising that child. You just kick it out on the streets because you don't understand where they're coming from and who they really truly are.
Or send them to, or what the government.
That's hate.
Send them to their grandparents. It's too old to wait.
Yeah, or send them to anybody that is not capable of taking care of another child or any sorts, you know, because I say that, you know,
It's snowing.
I've had family members, my nieces and nephews in the system, and they jumped around foster parents, foster houses like galore, and whenever they're passed around, it's just horrific. So send them to the right ones because they need to be taken care of the right way, not in a way that you think that they should be taken care of.
I want to apologize briefly. I was not laughing at anything that Tira was saying. There is some crazy stuff happening back there behind scenes with our little bonfire, and I'm so sorry that was a very inappropriate place for a laugh.
You've been laying out, haven't you?
Nope.
So to kind of bridge the conversation and kind of bring pieces together, I will say so. Rose had mentioned about last week and a little this week about her being, I don't know if afraid is the word to bring children into the world that we're in, and the hate. Yes.
Cautious is the word.
And cautious. And then T-Roy's portion where he was talking about change, and I work with kids, so like every day I'm like, okay, what can I do to better the future for these kids? And really, with the change that we want to see is for every human, regardless of what walk of life they have, to be loved and accepted for who they are. Just because you don't agree with it does not mean that you can't accept them for who they are and you can't love them for who they are. So I think that's
your
very.
blood sugar and stuff, isn't it?
So I think that it's very important. Sorry, we're raw and candid here.
Yes.
I'm not dying, but it's fine.
He's
but
still breathing. I can promise you that.
But I just think it's important to, start today for the kids that are just being born, for the future of this world. And, I see a curve working with kids. I see us rounding that corner where there's kids these days that are, not okay with the hate, and they want to love and they want to accept people for who they are.
Yeah.
So I see a little glimmer of hope. But that doesn't mean that us as the old fogey, that doesn't mean that our job
I was like, I take offense to that.
that doesn't mean that our job is done. That just means that it's just beginning.
Yeah.
Just like the ones before us, the Harvey Milks, the Marsha P. Johnsons.
Yes.
It's so important for us to look back at them. The Ruth Bader Ginsburg of the world. We need to also acknowledge that we're some of those, but then we also need to acknowledge that some of these kids that we're raising up and we're teaching, and this next generation are going to be those Harvey Milks and those Marsha P. Johnsons. Like, I don't have a doubt in my mind that this world is going to change and for
It
the
is.
better.
Yeah,
It is.
it will. There is definitely hope out there.
There is. Throughout my life growing up, I've seen change in the world, but I've also seen change in Branson.
Yes, there has been change for sure.
Like
Nine-
years ago, oh hell no, there would be no such thing as
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
I mean nothing. You had to lie straight up and
Yeah.
hide the truth of who you were, and nowadays people are getting tired of that. People are wanting to live and be themselves, and I get up every day and I put my two shoes on just like everybody else does. I am no different than a woman, man, or anybody. I'm just
You got one tent leg in a packet?
I
That
jump
is a
I
serious
jump in
question.
at the same time.
There you go.
No, I mean that actually does bring up something. There is a psychological phenomenon that it's studied which pant leg you put on first.
Really?
Yes, I would have to do more research and bring to you guys next week. But I remember learning about this a couple years ago in school, where it's just like depending on like which pant leg you put on first, like depends on like if you're like right brained or left brained kind of situation, and like how you look at the world. So the fact that you jump in both legs at the same time, I mean, we all know.
I'm definitely a right foot in between.
Gotcha.
Just
That's what that
right.
foot is in the morning. It's not the dog food kick out of bed. It's steroids.
Well,
So you jump and go.
don't mean no. Don't mean no. Oh my god, I've had so much fun like with these shows with y'all. So thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
Not that
absolutely.
it's over or anything, but I really appreciate individuals coming on the show, giving their side and their opinions. Because I'm only one person and my husband's only one person, and we can only go so far, kind of thing. And we want a variety
Yeah.
out there of comments and different thoughts and different
So
whoever.
yeah, since we've been talking about change, I'm going to touch on a fairly taboo subject. Yes.
Okay.
So y'all, it's 2024. It is an election year. Yeah. Like I said, it's a taboo subject. I'm not going to go into big detail and like choosing your party and everything. Like that's not what I want to do. But I do want to remind people our age, people younger than us, like the ones that are turning 18 and 21 that are able to vote this year for the first time.
Yes.
Vote. Like it is. It's not only a part of your duty as like a U.S. citizen, but as a person that wants change, that wants to influence
And
change.
there's different things that you're going to be voting on throughout your life. I just got re-voted in as a board member of our board.
Oh, awesome! So happy for that.
And also make sure that you most definitely read, watch, and pay attention to everything that's on the ballot. I mean, you could go on and on and on.
Don't go on my
all night long. But I'm not going to go on and on all night long.
No.
I'm just going to say there was an election that was done that based it on African American. There was an election that went on that based it on this race and this race and this race. Just remember, whenever you vote this year, it's to make America better, make it what it was at one time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where is there that you can go and feel like you're not being watched, or you're not in that class, or you don't fit in? What happened to the America that I grew up?
Well, and I think it's like, to me, it's disgusting that we're like it's set up for us to choose a side. I don't want to choose a side. I think people that are on the left, there's things I agree with there. I think people that are on the right, I agree with things there. Like, I believe that there should be some conservative people in government? Yes, absolutely. I feel like if everybody is Republican or everybody is Democrat, we're not going to get anywhere. There's not going to be any change. There's not going to be any room for those healthy arguments, those healthy disagreements, and the ability to change someone's mind. Like, there's So for me, like I wish, and then I'll get off my soapbox. I wish that it wasn't that we were picking between two parties. I wish it was us genuinely picking that right person for this country. But the way that it's set up is we're forced to pick one side or the other.
Yeah.
And I've never been a fan of that.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. So thank you for letting me touch on that taboo subject because it is an important thing that we talk about.
It is.
But
It really is. You know, it made me feel better to be able to go and not only vote, but vote for myself.
Yeah.
That's your voice.
It's like, wow.
And you shouldn't be ashamed of what choice you make on voting day because that's your personal choice. I'm not going to vote the same way as everybody else at this table, and everybody at this table isn't going to vote the same exact way because we're different and we see different things that are important.
No, it's usually like a couple of years later that I become ashamed of my vote.
You know, we gotta let them work out the kinks. You know,
First couple of years.
Like, oh, did I really do that? Damn, my bad.
if we could give them like a trial, like a year trial, and then decide, that'd be great.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna have to do a commercial. Go ahead, Rose.
If I don't vote, then I have no reason to complain. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So if you don't vote, if you didn't try to put your opinion in the first place, you can't have an opinion later.
Let your voice be heard.
I can
Right.
say something. Sucker.
And we're back. Hi, thank you guys for coming back to see us.
Welcome back to Everything and Nothin. And we have come to the end, so we are going to hit on some really short things that they are in on and into
Speaking of shorts, check out our OnlyFans.
live. You know,
We're not talking about that right now.
selling, if you want to hit on merchandise, if you want to hit on just whatever. Go check. Anything.
So I will say that. So in my line of work, I have the honor and the privilege to work with children, but then also a facet of that is the prevention world. So drug prevention, alcohol abuse, substance abuse really is the whole thing. And many of us, actually all of us at this table, had a chance to be part of a focus group. So just a little plug here. Next week I'll be able to tell you more about that focus group because in the morning I have a meeting with those people to discuss all the results from all the collecting of that.
Awesome.
So
Definitely looking forward to that.
yes, so we are like in my realm, we are fighting to make this world a better place for our children.
Yes.
right now, my place of business is working on hunger. We're trying to collect money for the people that are hungry in our community. So you get a chance, donate what you're not using to a local food bank. Ours is ham right now, or the Ozark Food Harvest, which is the big corporation. So
Also, your place of business has always done things to provide food in the community, and has worked with camp for a while.
Yep.
I worked there 6 years ago, and there I worked in the deli of your place of business. I'm not gonna say where, but I worked in a deli, and they have procedures in place to where we freeze those items that don't sell, so we can donate them. So that place of business is a really good for that. So
yeah, if you can donate, whether it's monetary or extra food that you aren't using, please do so, because that is one of the problems in our community right now is the homeless and hungry. So
It's an all community.
it really is, yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy, let me see here. Me and T. Roy's assistant in a full-time job.
No.
We will start off with, we do have products available. We're working on shirts and hats and stuff.
Yes, sure.
Miss Rose has got to get some time off, so she's going to teach us how to work that fancy cricket.
We got a cricket. I've been feeding that sucker too, so I hope it works whenever I turn it on.
Also,
yeah, apparently I somewhere along the line became the creative advisor. Don't know how that happened, but hi.
She's
also,
very creative.
Yes, very
creative.
We also need to.
And we need advice. That's how it happened.
That's how it happened. Okay.
We have bracelets and stuff on hand if you see any of us out and about. You can get one of those from us also. It's mainly pride stuff. Also, we got beer cages, which it might get hot one day.
Yeah, it might. You never know.
It might. It was freaking 80 degrees in February, and the early part of March. I'm sure it's going to be hot soon.
Well, that's why we're all talking through our nose.
Yes.
Right.
And I think you all so.
All right, tell me something when it snowed in April where you were. You guys were down here enjoying 40 and 50-degree weather, 30s for the low. I was 30 for the high, and it was snowing. I had.
Wisconsin, my love.
Welcome to the
So.
North.
Real quick though, I don't mean to cut you off, Kevin. Not how your battery is, but every other Wednesdays we was doing diversity night at Glensham. I think we have stepped out for now until season picks up.
Just about 3 months.
We're gonna give it a break since nobody wants to come and play with us or hang out with us or party with us. I guess we stink.
That or they just want to say.
I put a lot of cologne and I washed baths. I washed baths.
But do pay attention because it will be back. We got a show coming up here in a couple of months. Or a month.
Yes.
Yeah, May.
Yes.
Next
month.
May 15th.
May 15th.
May 15th, and it is going to be a luau of a time.
Yes.
All I got to say. Thank you all for coming on.
Oh, also, I just want to say, May was the show that started all the drama in the community. Yeah, because of the Spring Out Branson party last year. Now we're having a luau because we done partied, honey. So Spring Out Branson party was what
Sounds like
Let the truth be known.
brought everything out, and now this is going to be the next May party. So come on out, y'all.
Come out, sit for about 5 10 minutes.
See what all the fuss was about.
Yeah, we don't want you there if you don't want to be there.
But do come out.
And please leave your kids at home. You can bring your husbands, but leave your kids at home.
I'll be leaving all the kids.
All of them.
All right.
It is an adult show. So, peace, love. Be a rainbow. Help somebody else be a rainbow. Be there for each other. Love each other. And reach out if you need somebody to talk to or to just be there.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Thank you for joining T. Roy and a special guest here on Everythin Yet Nothin. Tune in next Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central for another episode you won't want to miss. Until next time, be a rainbow in someone's life. Like and follow us on Facebook at WLFE DB Radio.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, JoJo, and that's a great idea. So everybody say goodbye.
Bye.